Hey everybody, welcome back. So, we're gonna get started on filing nut on the Instigator and getting that thing ready to go. I'm gonna film that in a couple minutes, and what I want to do right here is what I always put down in my description is a way to support this channel is just to watch the stupid little, ads at the beginning or near the end or whatever, because it gains me ad revenue, which I state always goes back into the channel. And I'm here today to show you. So over the last couple of months, been building up some ad revenue. Actually, probably like 4 or 5 months. It's starting to come in, and I want to show you what I bought to help me work here on the guitars at the shop. So let's take a look down the bench. Everybody's favorite luthier tool supplier. Picked up a new crowning file. I wanted to try one of these, and figured now was a good time. Bought a new string winder. I was using this one, but the more I was using this one, the more I realized that I wanted to use something that I can put in here. And this one is pretty cool. You can use it, normally hand wound, or you push the thing out and it goes in your drill, which is pretty cool. So pick that up. I got a 10/1000 razor saw to help me with making nut slots, the initial nut slots. And also to help me with that, I bought 3 double-edged nut files. I was using these, and I found that they are too flimsy. Get this out of here. I am going to sacrifice my 10/1000 nut file here. Now they're very brittle and they grab. I just had a tough time with them. And here's the 10/1000 file, and you can see it's broken because, see, it's so thin that when you're filing with it, if it happens to flex, it just shatters. So don't waste your money on these. These are like 80 bucks. To replace this, I bought these. They're 28 bucks a piece, just about the same price. So, and they're thick and heavy, and they're thick in the middle here, and so they're just going to work out much better. These, I don't know. I'll keep them for whatever to help. But yeah, you can see that 10/1000 one, too brittle. The first time I used it, I was filing it, it bent and broke the very first time I used it. And I was just like, okay, this is a piece of crap. Picked up one of these. We all know what this is. It's string height gauge. I've been struggling through using one of these, so picked up one of these instead. And I bought a real fret rocker, right? I was using this one, as you can see, that I made out of an aluminum ruler. It worked fine, but this is hardened steel or cold rolled steel, whatever it is, and it's just going to work much better. So this is all the goodies, and these all came from the ad revenue from you guys watching the ads at the beginning of my videos. So just to show you that the money's actually going back into the channel, and it's replacing some homemade tools that I was struggling to use, and this stuff should help me out tremendously. So thanks everybody for watching this stupid ads, and or watching enough of the ad before you clicked out of it that I could actually get a couple of cents of revenue out of it. So appreciate that very much. So now let's get on to the Instigator. Okay, before I start working on the nut, I want to, what was that? I'm going to remove the bridge pickup, because if you can see, the pickup ring it's actually for a Les Paul style guitar, so it's at an angle. So what I'm going to do is pull that off, and I'm going to flatten it out so it's looks better that way. So it's kind of higher than the back side of the pickup is right now. So we're going to pull that off and take it over to the belt sander, take some material off so it's flat. So let's do it. File, and I have this flat block of wood here that has 2 different grits of sandpaper on it. I find a lot of use for this thing. I've used it a lot since I made it a couple of years ago. And at 150 and 100, so let's get to sanding. So after a little sanding, we're pretty close. The lower side, about 210 thousandths all the way across, and the back side, which was much higher, that I've been sanding down, is now only 13 thousandths difference. So I'm going to finish that up off camera, and then we'll be back to reinstall it. Alright, so we got it where we need it to be. Now I'm going to take a single edge razor and just scrape it to get the burr off. It's really close, only a couple thousandths off, but it'll definitely be sitting below the top of the pickup cover now, which is what I wanted. one of the most used tools in my shop. And that's why I cut with it, scrape with it. And buy them in a 50-pack like these. And I get the ones for razor knives because the other single edge razor type, you know, the type with the thicker collar on the top, they're just too flimsy. These, nice and stiff, they work excellent. For a couple of bucks more, you know. And they last a lot longer as well. I'm sure there are applications where the other type work better, but I haven't found any of those applications yet. Alright, let's put this sucker back together. Now bear with me here. My hands are not working all that great because it's like 40 degrees in here. I actually can't even really feel my fingers at the moment. So, let's see. I'm going to start with springs and the adjustment screws. Let's get a little screwdriver. This can always be a little tricky, like so. Trickiness is compounded, especially when the pickup is already in the guitar. I'm leaning over it, so just in case it happens to come shooting out, it'll hit me in the chest rather than go flying over my shoulder. All right. This is compounded a little that I've cut the screws so they didn't go too far into the body. There it is. Screw this monkey back in. Man, my hands are cold. It's still at a slight angle, but you know what? It's down low enough in the back that it's not above the pickup cover, so I can move that. And that's good. That'll do.